Hi. We're going to take a look at top 20 corporate Weasle Words by Inc.com. Weasle Words, subterfuge, or some other phrases that you use to hide your intentions. This is from Inc.com. Lead top 20 corporate Weasle words you won't learn about these common corporate phrases in business school, but they are required reading if you want to navigate the corporate world. They are required reading. That's good expression. Okay, so this is part. I read every article every morning as a part of my daily English reading. I'm still learning English. I'm trying to keep up with my English. I scored perfect on TOEFL and TOEIC, but that's 20 years ago. I still, as a foreigner, need to study English daily to hone in on my English and to stay on the par with the people around the world. This is good expression. I always try to find and learn or memorize good expressions. They are required reading. Yep. The reason I try to memorize expressions is that I could use them later on when I interact with foreigners. By Geoffrey James, contributing editor, Inc.com at Sales Source. Okay, we see the coding behind underneath the photo. That's coding. That's pure HTML code. In the past, I've written about the dangers of bees, blop, cliches, and jargon. However, I've had to write about Weasle words, phrases that allow a boss or employee to say one thing and yet mean something entirely different. Yeah, that's the definition of Weasle words. Phrases that allow a boss or employee to say one thing yet mean something entirely different. The ability to identify and understand Weasle words is a crucial business skill because without it, you are in constant danger of having the proverbial wool pulled over your eyes. Proverbial wool. Proverbial wool. You said pull some cloth over your eyes, or pull blind over your eyes. So it's like you are taken for a ride. You scam people. You lie to people. Proverbial. Proverbial. Oh, I need to find some story behind this word. Proverbial. Proverbial wood. Proverbial wood. Proverbial wood. With that in mind, here is the real meaning of the 20 most common Weasle terms and phrases. 1. I'm sorry if I offended you. Translation. You are being oversensitive about what I did or said, and now I want you to shut up about it. 2. My hands are tied. Translation. I could have worked this issue for you, but in the larger scheme of what I need to get done, it simply wasn't all that important to me. 3. Our non-GAAP earnings are, translation, we are creating a tarted up version of our horrible financial situation in the hope that investors and reporters are dumb enough to swallow it. 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 What is a tarted up? I know tart is the taste is terrible. Tart. When you eat unripe persimmon, you feel tart. when you eat what kind of, like a garlic, it's a little bit hard. Okay. Translation. Non-GAAP earnings are 4. That being said, translation. Now that I have provided a straw man characterization of your position, I will explain why that position is short-sighted and stupid. 5. There is no truth to that rumor. Translation. The rumor is true. 6. This is a development opportunity. Translation. I don't want you to pay extra to take on some donkey work that's outside of your job description. So I'm sugarcoating it as a career move. This is a development opportunity. I don't want you to pay I don't want to pay you extra to take on some donkey work that's outside of your job description. So I'm sugarcoating it as a career move. Sugarcoating it as a career move. Sugarcoating it as a career move. Donkey work. Donkey work outside of your job description. Donkey work outside of your job description. 7. This is a salaried position. Translation. You will be pressured and expected to work as many hours of unpaid overtime. Unpaid overtime. Unpaid overtime. 8. This position is unpaid internship. Translation. We think you are dumb enough to work for free in order to gain experience that you won't be able to use in the paying job you won't be offered. That's terrible. This position is an unpaid internship. 9. We adhere to the highest ethical standards. Translation. Within 6 months, our entire management team will be indicted for fraud. Highest ethical standards. We adhere to highest ethical standards. Adhere to highest ethical standards. 10. We are an equal opportunity employer. Translation. We hire Asian men as well as Caucasian men. 11. We believe in protecting the environment. Translation. We have outsourced our manufacturing jobs to countries where we state control of the media will keep massive pollution from becoming public knowledge. Public knowledge. 12. We empower our employees. Translation. We foist the responsibility, but not the authority, down the management chain. Foist. What is foist? Yeah, I probably encountered these words before, but not frequently. Foist. Foisted, like a foisting, foist. Defraud, con into buying goods of poor quality, penetrate through cunning. Defraud. To force onto another. He foisted his work on me. Insert surreptitiously or without warrant. Somebody, something. Poor quality lagers are being foisted on unsuspecting drinkers. Lagers, force, thrust. Verb, to force onto another. Insert surreptitiously or without warrant. Impose. Foist, okay? So foist, we empower our employees. We foist the responsibility, but not authority, down the management chain. Foist the responsibility. 13. We encourage work-life balance. Translation. You will be forced to pretend you have a personal life despite working 80 hours a week. 14. We are right-sizing in order to better meet market needs and put our company in better alignment with industry norms. You are fired. We are right-sizing in order to better meet market needs and put our company in better alignment with industry norms. 15. With respect. Translation. What you just said was stupid, and I will now correct you. 16. With all due respect. Translation. What you just said was incredibly stupid, and I will now correct you with all due respect. With respect. That being said, 17. With the greatest possible respect. Translation. What you just said is insanely stupid that I can barely believe that you actually said it. And I will now attempt to correct you, even though I think you are a complete idiot. With the greatest possible respect. With the greatest possible respect. That's good expression. With the greatest possible respect. With respect. With a great respect. With all due respect. With all due respect. With all due respect, with the greatest possible respect. 18. You are near the top of your salary grade. Translation. You have created arbitrary categories to provide a plausible reason for giving long-time employees the most minuscule raise possible. 19. Your participation is voluntary. Translation. Your participation is mandatory. 20. Your comments will be held in strict confidence. Translation. Your comments can and will be used against you during your next review. Your comments will be held in strict confidence. Your comments will be held in strict confidence. Get Ink's top post straight to your inbox. Sign up here and you will receive today's must-reads before each day is done. Like this column, sign up to subscribe to email alerts and you will never miss a post. The opinions expressed here by Inc.com columnists are their own, not those of Inc.com. Inc. This Morning Daily News Digest, curated for those interested in entrepreneurship. So the expressions I learned from today's reading is tarted up. I have to find that out, but let's go ahead and find it nonetheless. Okay, so we found foist responsibility onto your job description, harlequin or harlequin, tart up, decorate in cheap and flash way. The small town bar was all tarted up. Something. Dress up in a cheap and provocative way, tarted up. Yeah, one time I strolled into a village where they have a small pub, and the pub had all the LED sign strips decorating outside the facade, and I feel it was cheap. Good, but cheap. So I think that is what the tarted up is. That bar, the half house, the beer house, was all tarted up outside on the facade. Tart it up. Tart. Okay? Decorate in cheap and flash way. The small town bar was all tarted up. Dress up in cheap and provocative way. Cheap, flash way, tarted up. Okay, so tarted up with all due respect. With respect, that being said, with the greatest possible respect. And what else? All tarted up. Donkey work. Donkey work outside your job description. Donkey work. Thus, this is career sugarcoating it. I am sugarcoating it for your career move. We are sugarcoating it for your career move. They are required reading. They are required reading. Proverbial wool. Proverbial wool. They are required reading. All tarted up. All tarted up. Sugarcoating it is a career move. Donkey work outside of your job description. Unpaid overtime. Unpaid overtime. Adhere to. Adhere to. Public knowledge. Public knowledge. Your comments will be held in strict confidence. Your comments will be held in strict confidence. Your comments will be held in strict confidence. With all due respect, with the greatest possible respect, voiced. Public knowledge, adhere to. Unpaid overtime. Sugarcoating it as a career move. Donkey work outside of your job description. Tarted up. Proverbial wool. They are required reading. They are required reading.